Okay legends, welcome back to the channel and thank you for tuning in. Sorry about the last few days, I have been very sick and as you can still hear my voice, I am still battling this virus. But we are here today smashing a video out for you guys because there is just so much to be taking a look at for Bitcoin and most importantly, the total altcoin market, as Ethereum and altcoins are really starting to heat up as the altcoin market pushes past that critical resistance at 940 billion. In today's video, we are going to be discussing the broader cryptocurrency market cap, the probabilities of directional market-wide continuations upwards, what Bitcoin is doing here as it is rejected from 123,000, what are the key levels in the short term, what are our high time frame and short term targets, and what are the best and worst case scenarios. We'll also be taking a look at the broader markets and of course the market data. Before we get into it, make sure to smash that like button, hit that comment button, and subscribe to the channel. We post daily videos of Bitcoin focusing on the facts, the data, the technical, and the structural information. No hype, no BS, no emotion, just pure, raw TA. If that is the kind of content you are interested in, you can also join us on Telegram. That is the first link down below. You'll get access to charts, updates, videos, educational posts, news events, and everything you need to stay in the loop with cryptocurrency with Bitcoin and the relevant economic news. And if you are interested in taking your trading to the next level, you can join us in the VIP group where we post trading setups with exact entries, exact targets, exact stop losses, trade justification, exclusive analysis, and much more. If you are interested in joining that, you can go to the free channel, click the pinned comment of the free channel, contact our admin by clicking this name, check out our 53+ month trading track record, or watch a 10-minute video showing you inside the VIP. Let's go ahead guys and jump into it. So over the past few days, we have seen some massive price action across the board. Bitcoin pushed to $123,000. And the total cryptocurrency market cap has now broken, or at least attempting to break through, that major level of resistance at 3.73 trillion. We've also seen the altcoin market cap smash through 940 billion, which has resulted in some massive rallies. If you take a look at the altcoin market here, some altcoins are already doing 30% on the day. As we mentioned, above 940 billion, we will likely see 20 to 50% gains for the majority of altcoins over the coming weeks, and we've already started to see the altcoin market really heat up. We'll come back to this in just one second. Let's start on the market data. 24-hour volume and 24-hour liquidations. Let's take a look at how that is developing. Liquidations are currently down 24% at 413 million, with 300 million coming from short, and the rest coming from long positions. Looking at 24-hour volume, that is currently down 6.8% at 393 billion. Moving over to the DXY has seen a short-term bounce toward the upside. Again, nothing too serious over here. We are watching this very closely over the coming weeks, particularly moving into interest rate data. Of course, CPI did come out a little higher. It came out a little hotter, but it did come out on forecasts. So all in all, we saw CPI come out above our prior results, I think by a very small amount, but that was expected. So CPI did come up, but it was an expected result, and therefore we didn't see the market react too negatively as it was already priced in. Moving over to the S&P 500, not too much changing here for the S&P 500 on the short term. We are seeing the price move to more of a sideways push. Now, this is generally a good sign. We would like to see the price action moving to these sideways consolidations, particularly after we have these red dot prints, because that signifies that although we have seen some weakness develop here, there is still a lot of demand by the buyers, which is absorbing any potential selling pressure which is developing at these levels. So it is a good initial sign that the selling pressure has been absorbed and there is still demand at these levels. For us to be confident that this will not develop into any sort of correction, we want to see this high taken out. If we can see the S&P break back through this level, we are then looking for 6,400, 6,500 as targets. If we remain underneath that region, there is a chance we continue to consolidate, potentially slightly downwards into the 50 EMA or of course the 6,170 level, which is going to be this prior high, this break of structure level, which is a major area of support. So all in all, S&P 500 is looking good. Short term, it is looking a little bit weak. We do have the potential for corrections here, but if we do break through this horizontal level, it is going to be open skies for 6,400 and 6,500. That is it for the broader market updates, guys. What we're going to be taking a look at today, like we mentioned, we're going to be taking a look at the higher time frame for Bitcoin, discussing what this rally means for Bitcoin. We are also going to be jumping into the short term, discussing the key levels of support and resistance, the levels of which we need to break above to see continuations again into new highs, and the key levels of support which we need to sustain above. We'll also be discussing the weekly chart and some key trigger points and warning signs on the weekly. And of course, guys, we'll be discussing the total cryptocurrency market cap and the potential for this mini altcoin season to really start to heat up even more. So before we get into all of that, go ahead and sign up to BitGet, BitUnix, and BingX, the exchange links down below. You'll get a lifetime trading fee discount of 15% of all your trading fees. You'll go to support me making this content, and you'll support yourself in your trading journey by trading on exchanges I use and I trust. Go ahead and check it out. We'll play an ad and we'll jump back in. If you are looking for a new exchange or just want to support the channel, sign up to BitUnix with the link down below. You'll get a lifetime trading fee discount of 15%, which can build up to 45% based on your trading volume, as well as access to a bonus reward center, and of course all of the exclusive campaigns we run on this exchange. You'll also get access to BitUnix being a non-KYC exchange, meaning you can sign up from anywhere in the globe without regulations. And most importantly, I only promote exchanges I trust and I use. As you can see, I trade on BitUnix very regularly, being the highest VIP level with over $500 million in trading volume for the last 30 days. And lastly, if you were interested in signing up to our other two exchanges, BingX or BitGet, you can also do that via the links down below. You as well will get the 15% trading fee discount and everything else that comes with it. Go ahead and sign up. Thank you for supporting. Let's jump back in. Okay guys, let's go ahead and jump back into it. And the daily candle has just closed for the market. So we have just seen the first daily candle close in many months for the total cryptocurrency market. Okay guys, let's go ahead and jump back into it. And I want to start on the total cryptocurrency market cap, the altcoin market cap, and very briefly touch on Ethereum as well before we jump into Bitcoin. Now, we have just seen the daily candle close for the total cryptocurrency market cap, and it has closed above the major level of resistance at 3.73 trillion. You can see here the closing price was 3.75 trillion. This means we've officially broken out of that macro high time frame horizontal level of resistance, confirming a break of structure, indicating there is a good potential the market is preparing for that next major market-wide move toward the upside. We're going to be discussing this in just a second, along with the rest of the charts. Let's take a look first and foremost at the weekly for the total cryptocurrency market cap, as there is still one level we need to break through to be entirely confident we are going to see another move upward. If we're taking a look at uptrends, we're looking at breakouts and breakdowns. We watch for three things. We watch for strength, we watch for structure, we watch for trend. We need at least two of these things to be valid for a higher degree of probability that the breakout or breakdown will sustain and not turn into a fail or failure. So when we're looking at whether or not this breakout here on the total cryptocurrency market cap is going to sustain, we are going to be assessing it under these three variables. Number one, strength. Do we have positive momentum? Number two, structure. Have we seen a structural breakout? And number three, trend. What kind of trend are we in? Is the trend in favor of the direction of the break, or is the trend not in favor of the direction of the break? So when we're looking at strength, we're going to be looking at momentum, the overall direction of momentum. The answer to that is no, we do not have positive momentum yet. As we can see, the RSI in the weekly has not quite broken through. If we look at strength, that is going to be no. If we're looking at structure, we can see we have had a structural breakout. So we have broken through that horizontal level at 3.75, confirming a daily close above that level. Now, a daily close doesn't necessarily mean, okay, that is it, we are 100% going up. What it does signify, though, is a daily close indicates we have sustained above this level of resistance for quite an extended period of time, and therefore, during that time of which the price is sustained above, we've had time to develop buy orders below the current market price, likely above the horizontal resistance, flipping it into support. So when we're looking at closes based on time frames, it is not that we've closed a daily above that matters, it's that we have actually facilitated liquidity to build up for long enough underneath this level that has facilitated a daily close to occur. So when we're looking at daily closes, it's best, or daily closes, or 4-day closes, or 4-hourly closes, or just any time frame based close. It is not the fact that we've closed the candle, but it is the fact what that means. What it means for the price action is that we've sustained above here for an extended period of time, which has facilitated or increased the likelihood that this prior level of resistance will now turn into a support as market orders or liquidity or pending orders start to build up below the market price. So in terms of strength, in terms of structure, we have a yes. We have broken through, we have got a tick there. In terms of trend, it is very obvious. The total cryptocurrency market cap is in an aggressive uptrend, represented by that diagonal trend line. So we have got, yet again, another tick, another yes. Therefore, we have got 2 out of 3 to increase the probability of a directional continuation upwards. So although it is not 100% certain, nothing in trading is 100% certain, there is a statistical probability in favor that this breakout will sustain and we will see continuations upward for both the cryptocurrency market, or should I say for both Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptocurrency market. To be even more confident, we need to see that positive momentum shift occur, but it is looking very, very good. Let's move over to the altcoin market cap. So as we can see, guys, the altcoin market cap has seen a strong move upwards from the 940 billion breakout point. And as we mentioned already, upon the breakout of 940, we would likely see a lot of money begin to rotate into the altcoin market. And we have seen that as Bitcoin dominance has dropped. But most importantly, when we're looking at something like Bitcoin and then comparing it to something like Ethereum, we can see over the last few hours, Ethereum has aggressively continued upwards, where Bitcoin's kind of struggling a little bit in comparison. So this is a direct representation that there is rotation occurring, particularly paired with the fact that the total cryptocurrency market cap is rising. When we see the total market cap rise and we see Bitcoin move sideways or fall down, and we see altcoins and Ethereum move upward, that is an indication that money isn't leaving the market, it is simply changing place. There is actually more money also coming into the market, but a lot more of that is moving into the altcoin market. So the market is becoming more speculative, it is becoming more risk on, and that is going to be particularly pretty bullish for the market itself. We've seen a massive rally for Ethereum. Now, quickly looking at Ethereum before we jump into altcoins, if you watched our video 10 days ago on our second channel, we told you that a weekly breakout of the RSI would result in a rally to $3,420. Guess what we saw, guys? A rally to $3,422 or $23 here. So we've seen that play out absolutely bang on. In fact, guys, 10 days ago, the market price was what, 2,500? 10 days ago, we told you 3,400. That is a 34% rally for Ethereum in just 10 days. That is absolutely astronomical price action for Ethereum here. Now, in terms of Ethereum, we'll do another video on Ethereum exclusively later on this week, but we are approaching a pretty important level of resistance we want to pay attention to right over here. Let's jump into altcoin market cap. So the altcoin market cap, guys, very simple. Sustain above 940, we go higher. It is literally going to be as simple as that. And I don't want to overcomplicate it anymore. This is a horizontal support spanning back since February. We have March 1, April, May, June, July, August. We're looking at 6 to 7 months here of horizontal resistance turned to support. This level sustains, we expect continuations to 106 to 103 trillion. Very simple, this is our target. We can come back down and push back up perfectly fine, or we can just go directly up. Either way, this is going to be our target for the altcoin market, and only a breakback below 940 billion will eradicate that target. Nevertheless, we have seen about, let's just say about 30 to 40% of the move upwards already occur from the breakout point. And we have seen altcoins, and I know the daily candles just closed, so we've seen a lot of us go red, but we have seen the majority of altcoins already gain 10, some 15% returns from that breakout point. So it's moving as anticipated. That is it, guys. Let's jump over to Bitcoin. So again, some rotation occurring here. Bitcoin performing pretty measly compared to Ethereum, but overall, guys, it doesn't really matter how it's performing. It matters what is it doing, what are the key levels? Is it sustaining support? The answer is yes. The answer is it's looking good. And let's start on the bearish scenario, because I guess the best way to trade in these aggressive uptrends is invalidation. And invalidation is you remain expecting the direction of the trend to continue until proven otherwise. So we will remain bullish until a key support breaks, which will massively swing the probabilities in a downward move. So that key support is one very important level, $115,200. And you can see already here, guys, losing $115,200 will result in a potential correction to the uptrend here, which is a weekly uptrend we'll discuss in a second, and a potential as well as 111,000. The VRPV gap will fill. So, provided we remain above the support, doesn't matter what happens to Bitcoin here, we go back, we go down, doesn't matter, it's irrelevant. Provided we remain above 115,000, this will facilitate, okay, an environment which will allow rotation to occur to Ethereum, which we are seeing, and hopefully into altcoins, which we are already starting to see develop. Provided we remain above 115. If we lose 115, this all crumbles and we'll see a market-wide push downwards, okay? Now, for Bitcoin to push back into new highs, we need to very simply just break through levels of liquidity. We don't have much liquidity built up above these levels. We have very little price volume above here. We just need to break back through these horizontal resistances. Our key one we've retested again, 120.5. If we break through 120.5, we will very likely attempt to push back into these strong highs, where we'll either, again, create a bearish divergence and continue back downwards, or we will just flip and continue up into support. Either way, for us to see a continuation for Bitcoin, the next key level, 120.5. And if we want to see a correction for Bitcoin, I'm not talking about short-term pullbacks, I'm talking about higher time frame pullbacks, 115.2 is the key level to watch. When we're looking at the overall trend, we can see we have been in an uptrend since these lows here back at 98,000, developing an uptrend along the way, creating new higher lows as we go. We have a diagonal trend represented by this diagonal trend line, which we can see is sitting underneath the current 115 level, but will converge with 115 of around the 22nd of July. That is something to pay attention to, because above that point, we may break the trend prior to breaking 115, which will actually add a second layer of support if we break the trend post the 22nd of July in comparison to pre. Let's move over to the weekly chart. Now for Bitcoin, very similar here to the total cryptocurrency market. We have seen again the break of structure. We have seen the trend remain an uptrend. We have seen all these fantastic things. But just as the total cryptocurrency market, we haven't seen that weekly positive momentum shift yet for Bitcoin. That is something we are concerned about and something we would really like to see. A weekly positive momentum shift here for Bitcoin does two things. Number one, it massively reduces the potential for this developing into a bearish divergence and thus a correction. But what it also does, it facilitates a positive momentum shift, which will allow for that next, what I assume to be a more of a parabolic leg upwards. And I don't expect that to last for many months. I think we are coming to the end of this cycle. If we're looking at the 4-year cycle, the 4-year cycle is coming to a close, right? So at best, we've got one strong push up left. The 4-year cycle does suggest October 6, 2025 to a potential top date. We've also got things like August, the 1st of August, negative 2-bar theory would suggest the 1st of August could also be a top. That is something to also consider. So all in all, the market is looking good. We are seeing exactly what we want to see at this stage in a cycle. We are seeing how the market is reacting here, and that is appearing to be a very good thing, which is that Bitcoin is slowing down a little bit. It's suffering a little bit on the short term. But with that, we have begun to really see rotations occurring to Ethereum, pushing upwards, and also altcoins. The question is this it? Are we going to create that bearish divergence and correct? Is Ethereum going to reject from 3,400? Are we going to see that total cryptocurrency market fail to break through, fail to get the positive momentum shift? Or are we going to see that continuation upwards for the market? And I guess that's the next big question. And I think if we see those positive momentum shifts, the probability for that leg upwards dramatically increases. But while we are under there is still a risk of corrections, but that risk is not realized, meaning it's not a logical risk until we break below 115. So if we're looking for when should you start to worry, excuse me, when should you start to worry about the high time frame? Well, that is when 115K breaks, okay? Until then, I think it is optimistic. I think there is good potential. I think we are seeing what we want to see, which is rotations occur, and we are seeing that happen with the total cryptocurrency market cap rise. But if we lose 115, everything does fall apart. But provided 115 holds, the future is potentially bright. Will it be many, many months so we see those uptrends go for? I don't think so. I think what the market has shown us over the last 2 years is that we've seen blips of rotations into altcoins, periods, short-term periods of massive performance, and then underwhelming performance for many, many months. So I think it will be short-lived, but it should be very, very explosive and very lucrative if it does continue to develop. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Have a fantastic day. A bit of a struggle to get today's video out. Again, my throat is really not feeling very well. I'm really trying to push through for you guys, but I hope you enjoyed today's video. Considering I did a video today, I do believe I will be able to do one tomorrow. You only get better day by day, right, when you're sick. So I'll look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. And of course on Sunday, and by next week, we're back to our regular schedule. We'll have our Ethereum videos going as well. So thank you for tuning in. Thanks for your patience during this time. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow in the video. Cheers.